We have some more Icejade for you today with Barrier Statue. We have Generaider Invoked. Wow, I've really seen it all. And some ninjas. And don't worry, we have a couple other surprises for you as well. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about this list is Barrier Statue plus Gozen match is actually insanely crazy. You know how many people don't actually know how to answer this? Because Stormwinds, Torrent, any sort of floodgate that you can actually deploy now is really good. And you know, these Barrier Statues, the more and more that the game continues to evolve, the more and more hilarious I think it is that we can see the multitude of different one of these actually do the thing. Also, I mean, to be fair, you're already doing Icejade things to top things off, which are going to put some very powerful monsters on the field. Don't underestimate, you know, the Icejade synchros at the end of the day. These cards can be a problem, and I mean, you also have White Howling, so no fun allowed for your opponent in some aspects. So we do have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. I think 2 of these is fine. We have 1 Barrier Statue of the Torrent. We have triple copies of Icejade Acti, triple copies of Icejade Agrind. We also have 1 copy of the Agrisis. We have 1 copy of the Cosmocolor, and then we have triple copies of Green, which is the free level 10 synchro. We also have 1 Tinola, triple copies of Tremora, 2 copies of Silent Sea Nettle, so this gives you the recyclability for the deck. We have 2 copies of Fury of the Kyroshin, your triple copies of the Enion Cradle, triple copies of the Icejade Cradle, 1 Curse, triple copies of Manifestation, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Thrust, 2 Gozen, 1 Erosion, 2 Torrential Tribute, and 1 copy of White Howling. Then we have 1 Zelantis, 2 Coral Anemone, 1 Iria, 1 Totally Awesome, 1 Stealth Kraken with 1 Stealth Kraken number 4. We have 1 Bahamut Shark, the 1 Ching Ying, the 1 Ruddy Rose, the 1 Psyche Punisher, the Icejade Big Synchro, 1 Black Rose, 1 Baron, and we're actually playing 1 God Slime here. Then we have 2 copies of the Moonlit Chill, 2 Divine Kernate, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Spellbound, triple Talents, 2 Ice Barrier, and 2 copies of White Howling here, wrapping up, well, your Icejade update for this amazingness. Our next list here is Invoked Generaider. Now, to be completely honest with you here, we've seen the Invoked stuff popping up with the Crystal Wing because you can make the Ancient Fairy Dragon, you can blow up your Magical Meltdown, and all of a sudden now you have the boss stage on the field, and now your opponent's going to be like, oh, crap, now I'm going to have to deal with, you know, Har is suddenly doing what Har does best in the form of the multitude of interruptions. So I think this deck is something that a lot of people haven't factored for. The Invoked package is definitely good. The Crystal Wing play has definitely made things a lot better because of Revolution Synchron, and it is a nice, you know, fresh air of consistency. So we have triple copies of Alistair, got the triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, got triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, 2 copies of Har, got triple copies of Lopdor with 1 copy of Mardo, got 1 copy of the Boss of Ice, triple copies of Revolution Synchron, 1 copy of Upton Gandar, triple copies of Vala, 1 Call by the Grave, your triple boss stage, 2 Invocation, 2 Magical Meltdown, triple Pot of Prosperity, 1 Terraforming, 2 Tunings, triple World Legacy Monstrosity, and triple Infinite Permanence. And then the extra deck down here, you got 1 Artemis, 2 copies of Ender Blafnir, 1 Utopic Future, and 1 Utopic Future Draco, got 2 copies of Leviathan, 2 copies of Jormungandr, 1 Zeus, 1 Crystal Wing, the 1 AFD, 1 Purgatrio, and 2 copies of Makaba here, wrapping up the extra deck. The side deck here we got triple Kurikara, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple Forbidden Droplet, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, and of course we have triple Anti-Scam Fragrance here, wrapping up this list. Is this something that you can consecutively do well with? I think it is. I think a lot of people underestimate what Generaider actually can do as a deck, and the more consistent options that you can kind of pressure on the opponent, especially Generaider things here, are pretty good. The meta is definitely in an interesting place, at least when something like this is able to do something. Next up here, we have ninjas. Now, I'm going to give you my best ninja advice that I can here. The way that ninjas play as a deck is very interesting. D-Time has been somebody that has impressed the community with very interesting innovations, you know, all the way down from the Dark Angel thing from Heroes to actually having success out here with ninjas. I think if you are somebody that is looking at playing something like ninjas, this might be a more interesting way to go, especially with the more defensive options. This is is definitely a current meta trend that has allowed, you know, things to evolve and be able to play the game. Like, let's be honest here, you look at ninjas and you're like, oh yeah, the books, yeah, that's incredibly good. You can, you know, set anything that's going to be a problem, and congratulations, you can now play the game. And I mean, I can tell you, you definitely want the Hanzo to be able to resolve. It is still the best card your deck has going for it. So we have 2 copies of Baku, the Beast Ninja. We have triple Drone Lockbird, another beautiful side effect of the meta. 2 copies of Green Ninja. We also have 2 copies of Geo, the Gravity Ninja. Triple copies of Kagura. We also have triple copies of Mitsu. This feels a little bit extreme, but I can get away with this. We have triple copies of Hanzo, triple copies of Tabari. We have triple copies of the Book of Eclipse with your triple Book of Moon. We also have triple copies of the Ninjutsu Notebook of Mystery. 2 copies of the Equip. We also have 1 Rhoda, 1 copy of the Tenichi Kaime, triple copies of the Dancing Leaves, and triple copies of the Art of Duplication. We have some room in the extra deck, feel as you need to. We have 2 copies of Saizo, triple copies of the Yagamaru, and triple copies of Maizen. Then we have triple copies of Ash Blossom, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Ruler, triple Eradicator, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up ninjas. And once again, the more innovations that you can kind of bring to the table with ninjas, the more things that you can try out and have fun with. I know the word fun in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is definitely something that you can take to the absolute competitive edge and do well with. Next up here, we have Dinosaurs. Hear me roar. Their vanilla of choice today was Frostosaurus. I think it's always cool when we can see this deck get the chance to make the Gigantosaur here. And it's free. It's a 3,800, almost said 34. It's a 3,800 attack point monster that exists to pressure the opponent. And the opponent's going to look at this and go, what in the world am I supposed to do about this? The answer is nothing. This guy touches down, you're like, oh, okay, time to lose. So we have 2 copies of the Animador Archosaur. We have triple copies of little baby Ceratosaurus. We have 1 Pinkertops, 1 Doggeron with 1 Giant Rex. We also have 1 Misk, 2 Pterodon with your 1 Scrap Chimera. We have 2 Scraptor with your triple copies of the Saluting Oviraptor. We have 2 Ultimate Conductors with 2 Meteorus, your 1 Frostosaurus with your 1 Call by the Grave. We also have the 2 Dark Holes, the 2 copies of the Double Evolution Pill, your triple Fossil Dig, your triple Ground Xeno, triple copies of Lost World, triple Pot of Prosperity, and 1 Terraforming. And down in the extra deck, of course, you got the 1 Secure Gardener, the 1 Scrap Wyvern, 1 copy of Pentastag, 1 Lingaribo with the 1 Cross Sheep, 1 Apollosi. We're also playing 1 Solda, 1 Logia, and 1 Dolka. No Raws in here, actually. We also have the 1 Zeus and the 1 Abyss Dweller. Then we have 1 Qingying, 1 Borreload Savage, 1 Baron, and 1 copy of the Gigantosaur. Then we have 2 Ash, triple Droll, triple Nibiru, 1 Feather Duster, triple Evenly, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here. Wrapping up Dinosaurs. To be honest with you, there are a couple things that you can change. Like I said, I mean, the emphasis on the Solda, maybe you want to play the Lars. You have things in that department that you can change, but the main deck, I like this. The Scrap Package does add a lot. The Scrap Package is a little bit more optional now. We just seen a build be successful without the Scrap Package. So that's something to really mention as well. While this has always been like the main advantage package, you get a little bit of change, and I think that's also kind of cool. And last but not least, this is the Dark Pile that got first place out of its event. Yes, we are playing Legacy the Duelist down here as well. I feel like this was just made to see how many times we can virus our opponent or how many times we don't want our opponent to actually be able to have fun, because this definitely looks like Unfun Turbo. So we have triple copies of Alpha, the Master Beast. We have 1 Baldrake, triple Durasworm with your triple Magna Hut. We, of course, have triple Shifter, triple copies of Eater of Millions, triple copies of Fairy Tale Luna, with 1 Giz Mekarochi. We also have triple copies of Fenrir, 2 Radion, the multidimensional kaiju, 1 copy of the Schwarzschild Limit Dragon. Opponent controls a monster for 2,000 more attacking special summons. Okay. Then we have 2 copies of Thunder King Kaiju. I feel like this is just boneless Mr. Grand Manju. Okay. I also have triple Allure, 1 Change of Heart, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Instant Fusion, 1 Slumber, 1 Lightning Storm, 2 Desires, 1 Talents, and 1 Thrust. Then we have 1 Zeroboros, 1 Anima, 1 Lingaribo with 1 C62, 1 Dragoobleon with 1 regular 62, 1 100, 1 copy of Arise Heart, the 1 Zeus, the 1 Qingying, the 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Baron, 1,000 Eyes, 1 Millennium Eyes, and 1 copy of Alvain. Then we have triple Cosmic, the 1 copy of Legacy, triple Anti-Scam, 2 copies of Eradicator, triple Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of There Can Only Be One here. Wrapping up Yeah, this is just Grand Manjulus Grand Manju at the end of the day. Interesting. I like what I'm seeing here. So what do you think about these interesting decks? Is there anything you want to test? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Stay safe out there, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.